while going deep, they realize in life that the world in which we live, this ordinary world, is not the world, not the so there higher and higher world, what is better than this world? And where are those worlds? These worlds are not somewhere else, but the worlds within ours. We have created a kind of mental image of a world in which we want to live, which is very, very limited. इतना बड़ा बैग गिर गया थोड़ा सा गिर जाता तो ठीक ऐसी okay so they realized that there are worlds higher worlds beautiful worlds more powerful worlds okay that is second I mean it's not second realization in the first realization itself they also discovered that the light that we see, like we have the sun, we have the moon, we have the stars, there's far greater lights, the lights which do not cast shadows, which is there, we have no idea about. But there are greater lights, clearer lights than the light that we live in this world. Right? Then the founder, like we realize certain truth of this world. It's not that we are entirely living in darkness and ignorance, right? Or falsehood. There is some truth which every one of us is living. What is not entirely false? Maybe to great extent false. Okay. But there is some truth. Every one of us we are living, we are carrying with. But the truth that we live in this world, there are greater truths, there are higher truths. This is what was the first realization of the issue. So what was it? That whatever is our experience in this world, this experience is very, very limited, but there are greater worlds, there are brighter realms, there are greater truths than what little we know in this world. What little we know about ourselves, what little we know about what lies outside ourselves is very, very limited, but there are greater things in this one. This was the first realization. Is it clear? Can someone say what was it? What you understood? What was the first realization? That there are there are many worlds, greater worlds, finer worlds. There are greater lights, brighter lights, shadowless lights, and there are great truths. What we call as truth is very limited. So beyond this limited world, there is an unlimited world, infinite age. Beyond this mortal state, there is an immortal state. This was their profound realization. The next, the next realization was that if there are greater worlds, private lights, refined truths, pure truths, man must make effort. Man must make sincere efforts in order to ascend to those higher realms. What man has to do? Man must make sincere efforts. Anyone can do effort, but if there is no sincerity, if there is no purity, if there is no intensity, then all these 12 attributes, if they are not attached to with your effort, then nothing much can be achieved. Okay, the second realization was there has to be, man must aspire for aspiration group. Yeah. Man must aspire for this ascendance, this change, this transformation. Okay, but I should not remain limited within the realm in which I live. I must make sincere effort, I must aspire for, I must make sincere effort to transcend this limited mortal world, the world of suffering, the world of misery, the world filled with binaries or defined by binaries, binaries within binaries, the world of duality, right? Because it is this duality, this binary, which create more problems. They multiply our problems. That is why. Where is the solution? We don't find the solution. So we must transcend these binaries, transcend these dualities. For that, we need to aspire and make necessary steps, put necessary steps to move forward, right? And then sincere efforts to make it fulfilled. This was the second realization. The first realization was there exists higher realms of words and truth and light. There was a conviction that about this existence. They were convinced that there exists higher realms of words. Second was that if there are higher realms of words, then one must make sincere effort to attain to those words. Then there were third realization. The third realization was they realized that there is a constant battle going on in every one of us all the times. Constant battle. Battle? Battle between whom? I'm alone. I'm not fighting with anyone. Do you think you are alone? You are a single more piece? Each one of us is a complex, highly complex being. If you just observe your mind, there are 1,000 minds within the same mind. Okay. Your body says something. Your emotion says something. Your mental psychological state is something. Your heart is somewhere else. Within ourselves, we are so divided, so fragmented that there is no unity. There is no oneness. There is no equality. So we live a fragmented life. divided world. Okay, life of binaries. So what happened? In a world regulated by binaries, regulated by many limitations, fragmentations, divisions, war battle is bound to. So the rishis realize this battle is not occasional battle, but it is a constant battle which is happening within every one of us. And this battle between two major forces. What are these forces? On one side, we have the forces of light, forces of divine, forces of truth, forces of immortality. On another side, we have the forces of darkness, forces of obscure, forces of falsehood, forces of mortality. So our life is divided in two broad parts, and the battle is constant. Pandavas and Kauravas, falsehood and truth, devas and asuras. And it's a constant battle. The moment you close your eyes to be in silence, you see that the fight how it is going on. At what level, fragmented level will be. We said moment to moment reality for everyone. That the battle is constant, keeps happening. Then the man must make effort in this battle. So what does one want in battle? To win. To win, the Asuras also want to win. The Devas also want to win. Each force wants to get victory over each other. That's why the fight, the battle is very intense. Right? So, to win over what? The battle. But in the battle, who is going to win over whom? Huh? Ourselves over ours. Okay. So, you want the good to win or bad to win? You want the good to win over the bad. In truth. Right? So, what is the way out? How do you decide this is the good in me and this is the bad in me? Because whatever is good to you may be bad to me, or whatever bad to me may be good to you. How do you make a decision? Okay, this is good, this is bad. This is useful, this is not useful. How do you decide? Huh? By you evening? Okay. Common चीजें देखते हैं. Okay. But how do you decide that this is the common good and bad? What is the percentage? I told about it in the morning, if you remember. And given it to me. Now, how do I decide for myself this is good, this is not good? So anything which gives me joy in a crusade, which gives me strength, which puts me in a state of harmony, okay, which doesn't put me in problem. I feel more energetic, I feel more light, I feel more blissful, peaceful, harmonious, I feel more organized, I gain that strength, then that's good. If it is creating more problem for me, if it is creating more stress for me, if it is creating more division in me, okay, so that's not good because I get exhausted, I don't gain anything, I feel, lack of energy. So we avoid such kind of works because it's not healthy, it's not good. Okay. So now let me tell you the story about the devas and asuras because a small child once asked his father, Papa, everyone is talking about devas and asuras. How do we recognize the devas and asuras in us? The father said, let's invite the devas once and the asuras once. Then we will understand who are the devas and who are the what is their activity. Let's have a grand feast. First day we will invite the asuras and we will observe their attitude. And next day we will invite the devas and observe their attitude. So if we find a major difference, then we will say that okay, if someone is carrying this attitude, has the Vedic element. If someone is carrying this attitude, has the Asuric element. Right? So they invited a good set. Many delicious foods were prepared. The Asuras were invited. Okay. Now, when the Asuras came, they smelled what delicious food. Their mouth was watering. Right? They were impatient in having the food. But when they started, sitting, the father he said that okay, we have this grand feast for you. Any amount of food you want to eat, you eat. We have enough. But there is one condition. The father had prepared. They had invited 20 asuras. That's their capacity. So he had made very long wooden spoon, very long, double the hand length. They say that only one condition that you have to use this spoon to eat without bending your. You can eat as much as you can, but don't bend your hand and use a long spoon to eat. The food was served. The Asuras tried from this side, that side. The spoon would not reach. They're feeling hungry, excited, want to have nothing. They got irritated, started scolding, fought with each other, threw out the food, and then went back. Next day, the devils came, same food, same condition, same condition. So the gods were very happy. What the gods did, they sat in two rows, 10, and they started feeding They started feeding each one and then enjoyed the food. Then went. You understand? So on one side, you see like what is the Daivic element that if there is a situation, challenging situation, maintain your patience, calmness, be rooted. Find out the solution, how are you going to enjoy it and take advantage of it. Maintain harmony, help each other, become the strength of each other, okay, support of each other, and then the work is done. If you behave like the asuras, you gain nothing. It is just destruction, nothing happens. So the Vedic rishis realize that this constant battle is going on, and then we must win over all that is wrong, all that is dragging us down, all that is creating more ignorance for us, all that is making us ruin. We should fight against that and then establish the light, truth, wisdom, peace, harmony, then life will. But to do that, they found a secret. That is the secret of the letter. So the first appearance of this idea, you find it in the book. They found a secret how to win over the falsehood, darkness, ignorance, assurance, negative forces, and then remain happy in life. That was the secret. And they didn't hide that secret. They again revealed it to the whole humanity. What is revealed to them, they further revealed it to others. So the secret is that if you wish to have a victory over the falsehood, darkness, ignorance, assurance, you have to keep the divine as your constant company. System hang हो गया. Like Arjuna kept Krishna always as his Sakha. Right? Did Arjuna even leave Krishna? Forbid Krishna? तुम्हारा system hang हो गया. No. Not even for a single day. He knew that Krishna is there and said, and that's what Sri Aurobindo and the mother, they have explained it in very simple language. So there is a line Sri Aurobindo will say, all those who keep gods in their heart are saints. So if divine is your constant prophet, and what is divine? Again, the question comes, what is this? Are you not talking something of religion? Religious things? We are beyond religion. We don't want to listen to about this divine and God and this, that. We are a different generation. We want to listen something beyond this. And little friends, divine is not this what you understand by gods and goddesses. I will then narrate you another anecdote to explain you the word of divine. Oh, you have wait. So you have heard about Auroville. How many of you have heard about Auroville? In Tamil Nadu, in Pondicherry, so there is a place called Auroville. It's an international city. You find the golden globe. It's called Mande. It's a beautiful thing, really. So that place was built to bring people from all countries to stay together, share their problems, and find a solution collective to the problem. If a solution is found in Auroville, that problem in the world will be solved. A solution for the human. With that purpose, Mother built that international city for the Auroville. When Auroville was to be built, Mother sent invitation to everyone. Come with your soil. Okay. So nearly 147 countries, or 48 countries, or 60 countries, I don't remember the exact number. But so many countries, they brought the earth like the big pig from their country. And it is there at the center in the amphitheater. So all of them contributed the earth, which is put into a kind of thing, and then kind of smarak, which is built in the amphitheater. Russia did not want to participate. Let me explain a little. Russia didn't want to participate in this. Why? Because there is a charter, Auroville Charter, which the mother made. There, there was one line that we all are here for the purpose of the divine purpose. That word divine, for the purpose of divinity, created a problem for Russia. Why? Because it's a communist country. They don't believe in gods and the divine. So, mother wanted one representative from the ashram to go and convince her. She chose one person, right? That person was little disturbed. He told the mother that you have chosen me to go and convince Russia. Are you going to listen? And their problem is with the word divine. If we remove that word from the charter, then they will participate. But keeping that word divine, how the mother said, why do you understand Vedic? Why are you worried? This is where I want to send you there. Go and tell them, ask them, do you believe in progress? Do you believe in beauty? Do you believe in harmony? Do you believe in perfection? Do you believe in peace and happiness? Ask these questions. And if they say, yes, we believe in peace and happiness, we believe in beauty and harmony, we believe in perfection, we believe in progress, then you say to them, this is what in India we call divine using only one word. If beauty is not divine, if peace is not divine, if progress is not divine, if harmony is not divine, if happiness is not divine, what else is divine? So, divinity, don't create an image when you hear the word divine. Divinity is all about beauty, peace, happiness, harmony, sincerity, goodness, compassion, sympathy, empathy. All these are divine qualities. Okay? When we manifest those qualities in us, equality, when we manifest, know that the gods are growing in us. The divinity is growing in us. Okay? So, when the rishis are saying that keep the divine as your constant comrade, as your friend, that means constantly aspire to manifest these divine qualities. This is what in the Gita, Narayan Sir will be telling you more day after tomorrow when he talks about the Gita. These are called the daily sampradaya, the divine bounties, the divine riches. When we start manifesting it, the life, ordinary life, becomes transformed to divine. Okay. So this was the third realization of all the rishis, the Vedic rishis. Right? What was the fourth realization? The fourth realization was even if something which seems or which is a truth for someone, not truth for another. Okay. Something, say for example, the dharma or the satya has this various phases. It's extremely difficult to define and then say this is what is dharma and this is karma. This is what is karma and this is akarma. Even the Gita also says, like the Vedic says, Gahana Karmano Gati. Thick and the dense is the way of karma. Very thick, very complex, very dense. Extremely difficult to know what is karma, what is akarma. What should I do, what should I do? Okay. What you feel as a dharma, ethical, moral, dharmic, is a dharma in Tamil Nadu. What is dharma for the people of Uttarakhand is a dharma in Odisha, Bengal. In Odisha and Bengal, what is dharma, what is good, people say the oh, they are so happy. I'll give you certain example. Marrying your cousin, brothers and sisters is dharma or dharma? You say it is a dharma. But if you go to Tamil Nadu, the first option is you choose amongst your cousin. Okay. Okay. Eating fish, dharma. If it is dharma on one part, you go to West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, fish is so auspicious. In the marriage, that happens from the girl's side, a whole lot of fish has to be sent to the boy's place. That's a ritual. That's auspicious. Odisha, Bengal, and Bihar. Okay. So it's very difficult to say what is dharma and what is, but these are temporal truths. Okay. So do not judge dharma or satya on the basis of what happens temporarily for us. In spite of, because all these are the different forms of a single truth. All these are different forms of a single truth. That is why the ultimate realization of the Vedic rishis was, please listen to this. The ultimate realization. I spoke about the first realization, second realization, third realization, the fourth is the ultimate realization. Even though we find various phases of the truth, various phases of Dharma, yet the ultimate truth is found. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vatanti. Repeat the word with me. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vatanti. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vatanti. So Satyam is a, Ekam is Sat. The truth is one. But the Vipras, the rishis, the wise people, the realized soul have seen this single truth manifested in different forms. How many different forms? One cannot count it. Innumerable, infinite forms. But in every form, that single truth lives. That single truth lives. In every form, that single truth lives. That is why you say, Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. Say, Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. So Idam Sarvam, everything that exists, this here, this camera, this thing, anything that you see, in everything there is a space where the divine is, where that perfection exists, where that truth, that harmony, that beauty, that core, that is the nucleus of that. And the core of everything, that is the divine. That is the perfection. Okay. That is that one truth, Ekam Sat. But here it has taken the form of the screen, here it is in the form of the camera, here it is in the form of Sampadanam, here it is in the form of something. Right? The same truth manifests in finite forms. That is why it is called Adi Madhya Anta Rahita. It has no beginning, no end, no. It's okay. So what these Ekam Sat, that one single truth manifesting in infinite forms is ultimate. Now, this was the vision of the Rishi. And what they did, they translated this vision to organize their own life, their own society, their own community, their own Rashtra. Okay. At the center where that will go. Then organize everything in such a manner that that truth is maintained, that truth is realized, and everything is regulated by that single truth. Everything is regulated by that divine truth, divine law. Then life becomes beautiful. Individual life and collective life. Okay. So this is the vision of the Veda. And if you know this much, whatever I have told you, if you know this much, and then you want to enter into the Veda reveals itself to you in a very simple manner, and then you understand that here is a text which is available to us, which is a record of the realization and revelations of the rishis, which is eternally helping the humanity in its progression, in its moving forward. Okay, that is where the relevance of the Veda lies. This is how the Veda is relevant. Moment to moment, we can have these experiences and realizations of the rishis in shaping our life, making our life. Okay, that is the whole process. Okay, and stop here. Then, whatever questions if you have, ask me. I will then answer. Yeah. Wait, wait. So, if one on this side.
Sir, in the story that you told us about the Devas and the Asurs, so how did the person invite the Devas and the Asurs if they could not make contact?
They could not.
Like people say that the Devas and Asurs aren't real. How did they see the Devas and Asurs and how did they invite them?
So they were not actual devils and asuras, but they were people having this direct spiritual.
How to win this battle from the better side without this type of guidance if we are new to the if we are new to the target path, is it possible to win this battle without knowing ourselves?
Yeah, without knowing oneself, it is difficult. The whole secret is to know oneself and discover these forces within oneself. If you fail to recognize these forces existing within yourself, then it's difficult. That is why Swabodha is about Swayambodha and Shatrubodha, both, because you are your own enemy, you are your own friend. This enemy and friend, if there is outer enemy, it is a manifestation of your own inner enemy. If there is outer friend, it is a manifestation of your inner friend. Okay. So unless and until you go deep within yourself and discover this the existence of these forces within yourself, you cannot win the battle. Okay. So Swabodha is the way. Yes, this topic.
Sir, you didn't tell why it is only 4 days. Like you said it in morning and you didn't tell it's evening now.
Didn't I say why it was 4 days? What I said, explain it to her. See, the human consciousness has these four fundamental powers. So that's why we divided these days, all the 4 days, into, like each day is dedicated to one fundamental force. What are those fundamental forces? Power of wisdom, power of heroic strength, power of love and compassion and harmony, the power of hard work, meticulousness, and cooperation. Okay. So Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. So that was the rationale behind having four names. Yeah. Next. Yes.
So I have visited all of it, and the golden globe you said, I had never went inside it, but sir, I have seen that there is a globe, a glass globe, and what is that exactly?
See, the idea was not to have any particular image or anything. So it's a crystal blue. Crystal symbolizes clarity, transparency. It's just blue. And there is a ray which is directed on the crystal, is the sun ray, which lightens the whole room. There's no artificial bulb or anything. Okay. So one needs to concentrate on that light and then feel that light and then see that light within, reflected within. Okay. As the sunlight reflects and manifests on the globe, make yourself so transparent and crystal clear. So in that crystal clear consciousness, when there is a truth manifesting or a light falling, it radiates, it further lightens. So your life becomes useful for the whole world. Okay. So unless and until we have a crystal clear, transparent consciousness, pure, whatever light truth it falls on us, it won't reflect. Okay. So that is how it is a symbolic form of that.
सर माय डाउट इज दैट जैसे आपने बताया कि हर एक दिन पे अपने फोर्सेस के नाम जैसे महालक्ष्मी तो आपने बस फीमेल गॉड्स के बारे में ही उनका नाम लिया जैसे हम मेल कर दे सकते हैं कृष्ण भगवान तो सर इनका
See, these are forces. Shakti. Shakti is always feminine. Okay. The masculine gods and others, the masculine forces, they come as an aid, assisting the feminine goddesses. Right? For example, you see the Mahishasura. All the gods give their weapons to Mahishasura Durga. Ultimately, what worked? It is the Durga which destroyed the enemies, not the male gods. Right? So, the ultimate Shakti, it is called Shakti. All the beautiful things, all the powerful Shaktis, the powerful values, you say Shraddha, Bhakti, Prajna, Buddhi, Vidya, all the higher forces are the feminine forces. That is why we worship everything as the divine mother. Okay. The rest are the children of the divine mother. Okay. Even Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are the children of the divine mother. Or the masculine part of it, like Shiva Shakti, Brahma Saraswati, Shiva Parvati, Vishnu Lakshmi. Together they work it out. But when there is something which needs to be achieved, the Shakti has to be awakened. So at the higher realm is all the forces and aspects of the divine mother who are placed.
Sir, as you mentioned, truth can exist in many forms. So how do we know if we are in the right path?
So the truth can manifest in infinite forms, in negative forms also, in positive forms also. If you are conscious enough, you will recognize the faces properly. If you have a clear vision, you can recognize it clearly that this is the helpful force, this is not the helpful, right? So that is why we need to grow more and more aware of ourselves and develop that inner power of vision so that we see the truth clearly. Inner power of audition so that we hear the voice of the truth clearly, accurately, and then we do it. That is where our effort is necessary. So it comes, one can know, that is how the rishis knew by raising themselves to that higher level of consciousness.
जैसे आपने बताया वेद के बहुत सारे मतलब हैं तो विद्या जो होती है उसमें वेद का मतलब क्या है
उसमें है learning, knowledge, wisdom, knowing that is connected with the second level of meaning, which to know.
और सर जैसे अभी कोई है सीयर जैसे जो पहले मुनि हो
There's no age, no time when the rishis are not there. What is it? There may be a rishi sitting amongst us. We don't know. When you say rishi, don't create an image that someone has a beard and then sitting like this under a banyan tree. Rishitva is different. If you have manifested that Rishitva, you are a Rishi. Alright, okay.
So, like in the followers of Hindu or like divine. So, if we eat fish in our culture, like it is known as other, right? But once we go like in Bihar, Bengal, and South, like eating fish, as you told, is a dharma. So, yeah, dharma. So, what is the main reason that this got separated? Like we consider it as a other, and they consider it as
Most of these things are, dependent on the geography, climate. Okay. So in the extreme north, when you have, like extreme cold, so your life will change. You have to have a shoe even while worshipping your deity. Okay, that's not problem because that demands that. Okay. These are all temporary, dependent upon the external circumstances. But your inner life must not be affected by this. The inner truth must not be affected by the outer circumstances. They are temporary. It's necessary. Agama, Apayana, Anitya. That's what Krishna says in the Gita. That these will come, go, they are temporary. Tan titikshishvabhava. So just bear with me. That's all. But do not compromise with your inner life, inner truth, inner life. Oh,
so like Bengali जो हिंदू होते हैं and जैसे कोई और मतलब और कोई स्टेट से और कोई वो भी हिंदू होता है तो सर जैसे अभी यहाँ के राजस्थान में से नहीं आते हैं और पर वो भी तो हिंदू है तो फिर बंगाली और उनको ऐसे क्यों बोला जाता है कि तुम खाते हो
so decided by what you are eating. It is not decided by what you are doing. How it is decided? It is decided on many, many parameters. Okay. It it is decided. See, one of the major things in Hinduism is that we believe in Punarjanma. That the life is not a single thing, like it is a continuous lives after lives after lives, Punarjanma. We believe that the truth manifests in every form and everything here is divine. That's another parameter, divine in character. When every Hindu, whether he eats fish, not veg or not, okay, but he has this strong faith that everything is divine. I am divine. Okay. If you look at the Abrahamic religion, what they say that you are not divine. You cannot become God. You can become close to God, but you are not God. To say in Abrahamic religion that you are God is a very great thing. You will be killed. It is like- But in Hindu dharma, every Hindu has this strong faith that I am God. I am divine. That's the greatest defining character. What you eat, what you don't eat, it doesn't matter. But you have this strong faith that I am. Someone asks you, are you God? He said, yes, I am God. You are also God. You must know that and behave accordingly. Okay? So you must know that and behave accordingly. Right? So Hinduism is not confined to whether you are putting your tilak, whether you have shikha, whether you have a certain clothes, or whether you are, going to temple or not. It is based on many fundamental truths which has sustained the entire nation, which has sustained the civilization. These fundamental truths are, as I told you, one or two, there are many more. So we close today for today. So I hope you all had a good, positive, wonderful day so far. Happy. Okay. So we will close it with 1 minute silence. 1 minute. Yeah, not more than 1 minute. Okay. What is demanded is just 1 minute silence. And silence means silence. I am here giving this 1 minute silence. Many of you or some of you are hitting the notebook or creating some sound, trying to disturb you, if not others. Right? So try to maintain the silence. This silence is going to help you. When no one is there to help you, no one is there to help you, it is this silence who will become your friend. But that will be best friend. So manifest it more and more. That's the real story. Okay. So we start this. Okay. Oh.